told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
If you don't know, now you know. Welcome back to Hashtag J Podcast. And yes, it's your podcast with all your BL drama recap, react content, a few BL man hauls, and BL anime. A bit of gossip of your real BL actors, and a few BL couples, giving our unapologetic opinion while spreading a dash of light. In this episode of Hashtag J Podcast, we are definitely, hold up. If you did not see Only Boo episode 10, yes, they went there. They went there. I'm in my bag. I'm in my feels. Because if you have been keeping up with my recaps with Only Boo, you already know how I feel about Moo. Moo is a vibe. Moo is my fave and Only Boo. It's just he is just a breath of fresh air, and this episode really hurt my heart for Moo. Like I felt Moo, and if you haven't seen episode 10, listen. If you have lost faith in this BL drama, this to me episode will restore that faith. If you know the love story between Moo and Kang and how hurtful episode 10 was. Like literally I almost shedded one tear, but I was a G and I held it together. But we gonna get into this recap of episode 10 of Only Boo. So where we left off, Moo released a video of him basically coming out with the whole relationship with Kang because he was in his bag and he was mad about everyone basically saying that now that he's getting further in the idol contest, he needs to think about his future and how he looked in the spotlight to his fans. So one thing that was really big with Moo is not lying to his fans. He's like very honest about his feelings. If you've watched Only Moo, Moo is very outspoken. He's very outspoken about how he feels about everything, and he's very outspoken about his intention. For him to have to keep Kang a secret, he felt like he would be lying to his fans, and he also felt like he would be doing a disservice to Kang in their relationship. So he was not very big on the idea of lying about him and Kang's relationship, which was suggested to him by his cousin Shun. He was very adamant on being very out and open with about Kang being his lover, and he was very adamant of not ending that relationship because of his career. Listen, Moo just wanted to have it all. And there's nothing wrong with that because Moo, if you watched how he changed, Moo really fought for his relationship with Kang. The same way Moo has worked hard and has fought for his career is the same way he fought and worked hard to be with Kang. Kang wasn't an easy person for Moo to get with. And I think to a point, his cousin and his mom don't really know the context of their relationship. The only people who really know about how Moo and Kang got together is Neff, Yas, and Tay. So they're the only ones who know what Moo really went through to get with Kang. And Tay especially understands why Moo just doesn't want to let go Kang because he knows what they've been through. So here, Moo is basically saying he don't care, and he tells Kang that he's not deleting the video. So Kang is, telling Moo he's flattered, and Neff is saying, "Oh, she loves it. And she wish someone would do that for her." But Kang is to a point really adamant about Moo deleting the video, being that in episode 9, Jang approaches Kang regarding him and Moo's relationship, and he explained to him how it's important that him and Moo do not be together for the sake of Moo's career. So Kang is really dealing with a lot. It's now, he heard it from his best friend, he heard it from Shun, and he heard it from Jang. So Kang is very, very adamant for Moo to be very discreet with their relationship, especially since he heard it from technically one of his bosses. So Moo tells Kang in order for the video to be deleted, he will have to delete it himself, which led to other events. Moo wakes up to Kang being in his condo and he's like super excited. He thinking he's about to get loved on. But Kang does the Matrix, he G's him up real quick, get the phone, and he deletes the video. But unfortunately, before Kang deletes the video, because Moo done posted a video, laid his head down, went to sleep, and it's the next day, Jang saw the video. But Jang is not the only person who saw that video. Okay? Moo is in for a little surprise. Okay? Now we're gonna get into Yas and Tang. Now, with Yas and Tay, we left off with them in a real awkward position. Yas and Tay do kiss, but Tay get an unexpected reaction from Yas. Yas hops up and he immediately keeps his distance from Tay for the remainder of the day and the night. And Tay is a bit confused. He doesn't really know what's going on, but Tay is figuring out that he has feelings for Yas, and he tells Moo what happened as well. As he's telling Moo what happened, Moo kinda don't realize what's brewing in the back, but Tay is basically explaining to Moo that him and Yas are in a very weird position in their friendship. It's like Yas don't want to be near him and kind of don't want to be close to him even more so now after they kiss. So he kind of doesn't know what's going on or how Yas feels about him. He's still trying to figure it out where they're at after the whole confession and now him kissing him. Now, this is when the guys are presented with the contract. Now, I feel like, my opinion, Jane decided to bring out this contract early due to Moo posting the video. And I kind of do. We going to give him props when needed because I'm not a really big Jang fan in the series. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not a big fan of him and a little bit of the fuck shit he be doing, but he didn't loud up Moo's business regarding Kang in the video, but he took it upon himself to present them with the contract a bit earlier. So basically Moo can get a full understanding of what he's really getting into because he feels like he's taking him for Joker. You know what I mean? And in the contract, all three of them, a few of them hyper looked at the fact that they can't be in a relationship with anybody. They can't have no type of relationship. So Tay and Moo decide that they're gonna take their contract home to think about it. But before deciding but before deciding to take the contract home, Moo's reaction to the fact that in the contract it states that they can't be in a relationship with anybody, it was just super funny because he was just like, "Wow, that's a bit excessive, like that's a bit much." But this situation also shed light on a few things as well. It shed light on the fact that Moo was very adamant on the fact that he refused to break up with Kang in order to pursue his dream, but he just didn't know what to do. And Tay is just like to him, I know signing that contract means that him and Yas could never be in a relationship. But the difference between him and Yas is their relationship has never started. Moo is a bit different. Him and Kang have invested time and have worked hard to be with each other and has been with each other for a little minute. So this is not just an easy relationship that Moo can just cut off and pursue his career. Now, in this moment, I'm gonna be honest with you. Jang is a little questionable, and this is when I say I am not very fond of him. Jang's actions, especially when he's around Yas, is very questionable. He moves like he likes Yas, and he moves like he's liked Yas ever since they tried out to even be a part of this trainee contest program thingy they going through. And he just seemed like a kitten with a whole bunch of tricks up his sleeve. And this is why Yas is just not in the loop of things because Yas is too friendly with the ops. Yes, Jang is the ops. And that's how I felt about it because Jang, but in this scene, Jang is basically asking Yas if he had a crush. And Yas was like, no. And he signed the contract. But I feel like when Jang asked Yas a few questions to see if he had someone or he was in real life with someone, that was him filling out the way so he know he can get in where he think he can fit in. So we'll leave it at that because I think he got something up his sleeve. If he doesn't, cool. But I feel like he got something up his sleeve. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But beknownst to Yas, Tay is not too far behind. Tay overhears Yas when he tells Jane that there's no one he has a crush on and there's no one he likes at the moment, which basically told Tay that the feelings Yas had for him, he no longer had for him. So then it's like, what are we? I don't know if we're friends, and I'm just now finding out that we can't be lovers. So it's just that question mark with them is what are we? And to a point, Tay feel lost, but what occupies Tay's mind is Moo's dilemma. We'll look at it like that. In this scene here, we have where Moo comes out to Kang and tells him about the contract. Kang basically gets Moo to tell him because Moo at first didn't want to tell Kang. It's like, how you going to tell your boyfriend that I have a contract that if I sign it, I have to break up with you? But Kang gets Moo to tell him the truth because he basically tells him that they have a very open, honest relationship, and if with any issue, they can get through it together. So Moo basically tells Kang that if he signs the contract, that he will have to break up with him, but he refuses to break up with him. But he also want to pursue his dream. So you can see to a point, Kang is a bit worried, but he's reassuring Moo that everything kind of would be okay. But they're both a bit worried because it's like what to do. It takes a little bit more to break the camel's back, shall I say. So Moo reassures Kang that everything is going to be okay and they're going to be fine. They don't need to break up and he's going to sign the contract. Moo reassured to the company that him and Kang or him in whatever relationship he may have had previous to joining this company is no longer non-existent. That he broke up with the person. So everybody is under the impression that Moo is no longer in a relationship with anybody. Okay? So Tay comes up with the bright idea that Kang and Moo date in secret and everyone thinks that they broke up with each other. The only people who know that Kang and Moo are together will only be Tay, nobody else. As Moo starts to progress in the training contest, a fandom. And these fans are starting to appear in various places, which is going to cause a little conflict with this little plan that Tay has came up for him and Kang. As they're taking pictures and gearing up to basically soon the end of this contest, who's going to be the idols with Jang. Like I said, the fandom is progressing. And also, remember, Tay is the only one who knows that Moo and Kang are still together. In this scene, Yas comes out to Moo where he basically says to Moo, he feels sorry that he had to end things with Kang in order to pursue his dreams. He can only imagine how he feels losing the person he loved in order to do what he loves. And Tay is just like, unfortunately, I kind of can't say I know the feeling because when he decided to confess to Tay, it kind of was awkward. And I think he feels that it changed their friendship to how Tay looks at him. So he kind of knows what Moo feels, but he kind of doesn't. So Kang and Moo decides to go on a date to the movies. They come up with this plan where Kang goes into the movies. He buys a ticket, and I'm assuming Moo buys his own ticket as well. Kang puts the seat number of where he's gonna be sitting so MOO know where to go. And he put it at the bottom of I'm assuming this is green tea. And MOO picks it up after he has a few photos with his fans. Like I told you, as MOO is progressing in this contest, MOO is basically pushing up to be number one. He's literally the best out of everyone. And he's getting recognized more outside of the contest, which this is gonna be a bit conflicting with their secret relationship. It was beautiful how these guys enjoyed this date to only for the ending to just hit you in the heart. But this scene was really cute. Like I said before, MOO is unable to control how he feels and what he thinks. He's very honest and he really loves Kang. And anytime he can show some sort of affection to Kang, he will. Kang is very adamant on MOO being discreet and being more self aware of his career and aspects regarding them in public and their relationship. But Kang's weakness is also MOO's inability to stop coming in so hot. He has the way of bending Kang down to his will and making Kang do what he wants him to do. That's the side that honestly I think Kang loves about MOO. This is MOO performing, and like I said, he's progressing. Listen, he's shooting up to number one. MOO is singing his songs. Because you got to remember, MOO can sing, he can write music, he can play instruments, and he can dance. And he has his own style. So MOO was a all around self made idol package that came to the company. He was very essential to Yas and Tay. He gave them the spice, the splash, what they needed to gain the attention. That's why Yas knew that he needed to be down with the crew. Like I said, the fandom eventually will be an infringement on this idea. So in this scene, this is when Kang is coming back home to their condo. Because remember, MOO and Kang share the condo. MOO's mother got the condo for the both of them. As MOO is becoming more famous, Kang is realizing that their only safe space that they had, which was the condo, is no longer a safe space because now MOO fans know where he lives. To see him and MOO to be in and out the condo, and it's like, who is he? He feared now. Now Kang is really to a point fearing that they will get found out. So he decides to make a choice. Kang decides for a little bit he should go back home just so he can figure out what to do next because it's a lot. Between MOO very adamant on them not breaking up and him seeing for himself what his best friend, and what MOO's family was basically telling them is basically coming to life. It's a lot for Kang. And I feel like Kang is very adamant on MOO living his dream as an idol. Because if you've been watching Only Boo, from the time they met, that's all the hell MOO talked about until he realized he was in love with Kang. And that became the only thing he saw and see. But he intertwined his love of music with his love for Kang. So they kind of balanced out in the long run. MOO doesn't want Kang to leave. He wants him to stay. And I think to a point, this is where MOO starts to realize that there's going to be a shift in his relationship with Kang. But he's very optimistic that nothing's really going to happen to them. But to me, honestly, the way Kang was kissing MOO in this scene, I was like, oh, this episode is about to piss me off. I already feel that this episode is going to have me deep in my bag because you kind of feel like Kang is slowly trying to figure out how to maneuver in this relationship and MOO be okay with the decision that he makes. This is them on another date. They're just so cute together. But this is them on another date. You know, they got to be secretive. Shh, shh, shh. Nobody knows. In this scene, they're training, but baby, MOO is not prepared for what comes next. So this is where the company finds out about MOO's first video. Now, the first video when he puts up about his relationship with Kang, that Kang deleted. Remember I said Jang saw the video, but Jang didn't loud up his shit, but he never told anybody in the company about MOO posting that video. But Jang already knew he had that conversation with Kang. The next thing she plays is a video of MOO and Kang recently on a date. And MOO tries to say the same thing over. Listen, MOO had, let me tell you something. MOO was just like, yo, anybody have follow-ups? I just got this one line and it's going to get me out of everything. He was like, yeah, that was in the past when we dated. And she was like, no, this was recent. This was given to me recently. And baby, I was so mad because it's that heifer Porsche. Now, Porsche is the other trainee that Moo got into it before, who knows who his mama is, and he's in his feels because he feels like Moo's mama is helping him, just not that Moo is just better than him, and that's what it is. So since he has denial issues, he's the one that stalked and did whatever he did, and he recorded Moo and Kang and told the company. They get into a little argument, almost a little confrontation. And the manager calls Moo to her office. But before he goes to the office, Tay openly admits to the manager that he's the one that told Moo to date Kang in secret. And she basically says she don't care if he was the orchestra of this plan. It was Moo who decided to listen to you. Which she do have a point. You may have suggested it, but it was him that executed it. So it's up for him to deal with it. Now, this is when Yas confronts Tay about him and Moo not letting him in the loop about him and Kang, about Moo and Kang dating secretly. Now, I get where Yas came from because in the beginning, you notice that Moo is more friends with Yas than he is with Tay. But along the way, him and Tay become more close with each other, and Yas is a bit unavailable, especially after he confessed to Tay. So Yas admit that because of how their friendship is and the fact that he held how he felt towards his best friend for years, he cannot be mad that Moo kept it to himself and that they did what they did. But also Tay explains to Yas that his relationship with Jane compromised the whole plan. So they rather him not know so it could be successful. Also in this situation, Tay sees the opportunity to ask Yas what they are and how he feels about him. And he says if he can't tell him, he can write it in his hand. And Yas chooses to write in Tay's hand that they're friends. But when he hugs Tay, and when Tay hugs them, they basically mentally say to each other that they like each other more than friends. So I ain't gonna lie, sis came in hot. She came in hot on Moo. She told Moo, listen, this is your last chance. We gonna give you choices. Either you break up with him and think about your career, or you go about your business and be in love. That's basically what she told him. And she's like, listen, you can't be breaking rules up in here. You can't be doing what you want to do. You can't be creeping, sliding, dipping, and diving because we going to find out. We going to need you to follow these rules, do what we tell you to do. And if that's not the case, you needs to go. That's basically what she lays out to Moo. And Moo is just like, okay, he will go home. And she told him to go home and figure it out. As Moo go home, he reflects. He looks at the bracelet that Kang gave him. He's really trying to figure out how he's going to have his relationship with Kang and pursue his career. Because remember, Moo is adamant. Kang ain't going nowhere. We gonna figure this shit out. Of course, to turn Moo around, just to hear Kang's voice and to eat Kang's food makes Moo very happy. It makes any darkest day for Moo brighter to see Kang, hear Kang, and to eat Kang's food. So he calls Kang for him to cook his favorite food. And Moo is very crafty because he's trying to get Kang back to that condo so he can be doing something that he know damn well Kang is going to tell him, nope, 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 nope. But Moo is very crafty and he likes what he likes and he knows what he wants. And he wants him some Kang. Before Moo spoke to Kang on the phone, Kang was at a restaurant when he answers the phone. He was meeting with Moo's mother before they spoke on the phone. Moo's mother's visit to Kang and her speaking to Kang was the needle that broke the haystack for me. I feel like Kang was in it for the long haul, for the long run for Moo. up into his mom. And how the mother lays it out is that for the longest, Moo has always wanted to be an idol, and she never really had faith in Moo because she knew how the business was. And she basically said through all of Moo's hard work academically and also being consistent with wanting to be an idol and keeping up his end of the bargain with her as well with school, he has pushed himself to the point that she has now believed in him. And she really wants him to pursue the dream that she knows that he has always talked about. And she says to Kang that he is the captain of Moo's fate because Moo is stubborn and she knows he's not going to listen to her. So now she's letting him know it is up to you to make the choice of whether you guys pursue this relationship and Moo don't have a career, or you guys break up and Moo actually gets to pursue his dream. And once Mama laid out like that, what you think Kang gonna do? What you think Kang gonna do? She left Kang with a lot of things to think about. And like I said, Kang has been approached by a few people, but I think person number 4 has way more impact than everybody else. So Kang arrives with Moo food, and Moo is excited. You know, he's happy to see Kang. He's happy to hear Kang. But Kang does not look like Kang. Kang looks like something is going on. He looks like he doesn't know how to say what he needs to say to Moo. Eventually, Moo noticed that something's not quite right with Kang, and it's time for Kang to have that conversation with Moo. The conversation Kang has with Moo is he asks Moo if he had to choose between his career and his love for him, who would he choose? And Moo didn't answer, but Kang knew the answer to that question. Kang explains to Moo that he has worked very hard for his dream and that he himself wants to see Moo pursue his dream as an idol because he knows these are things that Moo really want. And the basis of their relationship and just the foundation of their relationship, the promises that they made to each other was that these two were going to pursue their own dream, meaning Kang going to study art. So Kang knew that that's really what Moo wanted to do from the very first time he met her. And he wanted Moo to pursue his dream. As Kang is talking, Moo already at this point got an idea of where this conversation is going to go, because this is a conversation that has been repeatedly like banged in his head. But Kang is the only person he didn't have this conversation with in a more in-depth emotional type of way that they're having right now. So in this context, Kang basically tells Moo that they should break up. So when Kang suggests for them to break up, Moo basically says to Kang, like, no, let's not break up. Like, we can figure it out. And that's when Kang basically explains to Moo that it's not fair that he cannot be himself if they proceed to be a secret. Moo is a very outspoken person, especially with his feelings and where he's at in his life. He doesn't really particularly hold secrets because he has no shame in anything that he does. And the fact that if him and Kang were to proceed with a secret relationship, Moo would have been lying to his fans, which he would have been going against everything he believed in before he started to become famous. And in this context, Kang reminded Moo who he was. And he reminded Moo what his intentions were before he even progressed it and started getting more famous. And Kang explained to Moo that his love for him, his love for Moo, and Moo's love for him is not going to be the reason why Moo changes who he is. He wants Moo to pursue his dream, and he wants Moo to be him. And in order for Moo to be his authentic self and honest with his fans, him and Moo cannot be together. They can't be in a relationship, because if they are, he's technically lying to his fan. And that's what Kang makes Moo realize, that that's not who you are. You're not a liar. And our relationship is not going to make you into something that you're not. As Kang says that to Moo, Moo knew that Kang made sense, but he still tried to make Kang stay. Like, he tells Kang that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, which is true. Kang is a lot of inspiration to Moo and drove Moo to push harder and to do better and being an idol and academically and overall a better person. Moo knows that he needed he needs Kang to do what he's trying to do with his life. But Kang is making Moo realize, you can do this on your own. You don't need me. We'll always love each other. And baby, when he leaves this train, so this is where Kang realizes that he's never going to see Moo again. That he broke up with Moo, and this is where they go their separate ways. I told you, Mama's speech was the needle that broke the camel's back. The fact that Moo's mother personally came to Kang and had that conversation, there's no way Kang was going to go against Moo's mother. He knew it was time for him and Moo to call it quit. The fact that Moo's mother came to Kang is because the company went to Moo's mother for her to convince her son. She knew he wouldn't listen to her. The only person Moo would listen to is Kang. But when it came to their relationship, Kang knew that Moo, to a point, wouldn't listen to him either. And the only way Moo will listen is if he's the one that cuts the light off in their relationship. It was so hard for me to see my baby Moo like this. He was just crying on that train. He was crying. His heart, you felt the sadness. Like, you felt it. Listen, Kang broke up with all of us. Kang broke up with all of us. All of us got broken up with. There's a few flashbacks where they had made promises to each other that they will always be there and that they would never leave each other. But now that promise cannot be kept. Here is where we see that Kang had to solidify. Because you got to remember, Moo is very persistent. Did you really think that if Kang broke up with Moo, that Moo just would not follow and look for Kang? Kang knew what he had to do in order to really sever ties with Moo. And this part, this one hit me in the gut. It felt like a knife in my gut. The fact that Kang blocked Moo. He blocked Moo. He blocked him. But it hurt him. It hurt Kang. It hurt him that he had to do that, but he had to do what he had to do. It sucks, but he had to do what he had to do. And this is where Moo is left on the stairs holding the last home cooked meal from Kang. Moo does try to call Kang, and then he realized that Kang blocked him. And that's where Moo realized that he's never going to see Kang again if he doesn't find him. But it was devastating to Moo. You got to realize all of this happened to Moo in one day. He got pressed by management. Come to find out, the dude that's in a competition with him outed his relationship. Now they're threatening him. His mama goes to his boyfriend, and now he doesn't have a boyfriend. Went through all of that to not have a boyfriend at all now. Now it's 1 year later. 1 year without Moo and Kang. Oh my God. 1 year. When I saw this, I was like, Moo lasted 1 year? Because when Kang broke up with Moo, Moo told Kang he would die. Like, Moo cried. Moo was just like, to Kang, he loves him so much. Like, why is he doing this? Why is this happening? But to a point, Moo knew. So all I'm going to say is bam in your face, Porsche, because you went through all of that, talked all that yin yang, talked all that smack for you to not even win the contest with you and your friends. Moo and his friends won the contest. Make it make sense. But as you can see, Moo, Tae, and Yas are the winners of the contest, and they're in the idol group with Jang. And it seems like Moo is happy, but so I'm not gonna lie. In this scene, I feel like Moo and Tay switch roles because the manager was coming at Tay for being up late and coming to shit late, which is usually Moo's thing. But Moo is very on point strict. He's still in that mindset that Kang taught him to be in. But we also find out that Moo has also been busy for a year, but not just idling. So as they come up to the table with their food that has been sponsored to them, this is the part that kind of low-key pissed me off. Now, it low-key pissed me off that they have food that kind of ship Jang and Yas together because people ship them together because they're so close. Now, this is where I got in my feels about it. Jang was very adamant that y'all can't be in a relationship, but why you hanging around Yas so the people them can ship you and it'd be okay for you and Yas to be in a relationship? I'm just saying. Inquiring minds want to know. And I'm one of them inquiring minds. He had me in my bag because I feel like this contributes to why I think he's sneaky fish. Now, when it comes to this design, remember when Kang took Shun on a tour? Him and Shun made plates. And that is the design that Kang made on the plate for Moo. When Moo saw that picture, he needed to know who delivered that snack to him. He needed to know right away. He chases down the gentleman and come to find out the gentleman's not Kang, but he asked him where did he get the sticker from. The gentleman expressed to Moo that the actual person who drew the picture is at the university festival where he bought the sticker to put on the bag. And Moo thanked the gentleman for telling him exactly those details. Within those details, the gentleman didn't realize that he told Moo how to find Kang. He knew exactly where Kang was once the gentleman told him what university he attended and what festival he went to. And right then and there, Moo know that he has finally found someone he's been looking for a whole year. You find out that Moo has been going back to all the places that him and Kang went to, as far as going back to the restaurant, going to all the places he felt like Kang would be, but he couldn't find him. Like I said, Kang knew that he had to disappear in order to really break up with Moo, because Moo is very persistent. And he would have looked for Kang to drag Kang's ass back to that condo and lock his ass up to that bed to let him know that they ain't breaking up. They in it to win it. They together for life. And baby, you know Moo showed up to that festival, right? Yeah, that's it. That's all he needed to know is a place, a time, and where he needed to be. And baby, he showed up with Tay right there. And this is where Moo finds the love of his life after a whole year. Now, when they meet up, I cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait until these two really meet up. I want to know how Moo will respond to the fact that his mom is the one that really came to Kang and the reason why they broke up. I want to know how he's going to respond to that, because I don't think Kang told Moo exactly why he felt that way. I don't think Moo knows about the mom, and I don't think really Moo knows about Jang approaching Kang as well, because when he found out Shun approached him, he came for Shun for approaching Kang. I don't know how Kang is going to respond to the fact that Moo found him and that Moo been looking for him for a year. I think he kind of knew that Moo would be looking for him, but I think also a part of his mind probably felt that Moo would have gone on with his life and eventually learned to live his life without him, while he was okay still thinking about him and stuff like that. But baby, Moo has been trying to get with Kang since the first episode. He doesn't get with Kang until about the 7th or 8th episode. Do you really think he's going to really let that relationship go after he's worked for it for months? Kang put Moo through it, and Moo was not letting that relationship go so easily. And that management company should have known that Moo was stubborn. If he did all of that, that boy Kang ain't going nowhere. So I'm so curious how the next couple of episodes is going to play out, because baby, this is a lot. What's going to happen with Yas and Tay? Is it Yas and Jang? And there's no Yas and Tay? Is Yas and Tay only going to be friends? It's a lot. It's just a lot to unpack. But I need some healing from my broken heart from the fact that Kang had to break up with Moo. I can't even be mad at Kang, because eventually you kind of knew it was coming, that Kang had to be the one to end the relationship, because Moo wasn't going to do it. Moo's busy up there trying to be the best wifey he could be to Kang, and letting Kang know that he loves him more than his own career. And Kang felt that, but he just didn't want that for Moo. He appreciated the fact that he knew Moo would choose him. If you have not seen episode 10 of Only Boo, I'll tell you, go check it out. Hunty, it is good. Good. Guys, you already know, if you like, love, and enjoy our amazing reaction videos, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when we upload new videos. Also, check out our new episodes. We frequently weekly upload new podcast episodes. Also, check out our blog. Guys, be you, be amazing, and most importantly, be safe in them crazy streets. Laters, beautiful BL Bay.
But I can't help my heart, even though our time is short. There's always this piece of me that starts always. Even though our time is short, there's always.